Guys, imagine a world where money doesn't exist. No dollars, no euros, no crypto. Instead, the currency is time. You stop aging at 25, and from that moment on, a digital clock on your arm starts ticking down. You work to earn hours, you pay for coffee with minutes, and if that clock hits zero, you're taken out instantly. This is the terrifying reality of In Time, released in 2011 and starring Justin Timberlake and Amanda Seyfried. It's a high-octane thriller about a man from the slums who accidentally inherits a century of time and decides to bring down the entire corrupt system. But here's the kicker. In a world where the rich can live forever, how far would you go to survive just one more day? Stick around because by the end of this video, you'll see exactly how one guy breaks the ultimate economy. And trust me, the ending changes everything you think you know about wealth. Our story begins with Will Salas, a guy living in the poorest zone called Dayton. In this world, you are genetically engineered to stop aging at 25. You look young forever, but there's a catch. You get one free year on your clock. After that, you have to earn more time to stay alive. Will wakes up with less than a day on his arm. He lives with his mom, Rachel, who's turning 50 but looks exactly 25 because of the genetic modification. They have a sweet moment where he gives her 30 minutes of his own time for lunch money. It shows us right away that Will is generous even when he has nothing, but the pressure is real. Prices are going up, coffee costs 4 minutes, the bus ride is 2 hours. The poor are literally living minute to minute. That night, Will goes to a local bar. He spots a guy named Henry Hamilton. This guy is flashing a clock with over a century on it. In a place where people kill for a few hours, this is practically a death wish. Sure enough, a local gang called the Minutemen, led by a guy named Fortis, shows up to take Henry's time. Will steps in. He grabs Henry and helps him escape into an old building. While they hide out, Henry drops a truth bomb. He explains that there is enough time for everyone to live forever, but the system hoards it to keep the population down. The rich want immortality, so the poor have to be taken out to balance the scale. Henry is 105 years old, and he's tired of living. He's mentally done. While Will sleeps, Henry does something unthinkable. He transfers nearly all his time, over a century, onto Will's arm, leaving himself with just seconds. Will wakes up, sees the century on his arm, and realizes what's happening. He rushes to the bridge, but he's too late. Henry times out and falls into the river. Will is now rich, but he's also a suspect. But here's the open loop, friends. With unlimited time on his hands and the knowledge that the system is rigged, what is a guy from the slums going to do next? Will waits for his mom on the bus stop. He wants to take her away from this misery, but things go wrong. The bus fare has jumped from 1 hour to 2 hours. His mom doesn't have enough. The driver kicks her off. She has to run to meet Will, but her clock is ticking down fast. But here's where things take a dark turn. Will sees her running. He starts sprinting toward her. They're reaching out for each other. It's agonizing. Just as their fingers touch, her clock hits zero. She times out in his arms. It is heartbreaking, guys. This is the moment that breaks Will. He decides he's going to make the rich pay. Will takes a car service to New Greenwich, the richest time zone. It costs months of time just to cross the borders, but he pays it easily. He checks into a luxury hotel and buys a new suit. He looks like he belongs, but he moves too fast. In this zone, the rich move slowly because they have all the time in the world. Will's haste makes him stick out. He hits the casino and ends up at a poker table with Philippe Weiss, one of the richest men in the world. Weiss has practically infinite time. Will plays aggressively. He bets everything, decades of his life, on a risky hand. It's a pure bluff. Weiss can't believe someone would risk their life like that, so he folds. Will wins over 1,000 years. He catches the eye of Philippe's daughter, Sylvia. She's bored with her immortal life. They have a moment and Will invites her to a party. Now this is where it gets really interesting. At the party, the timekeepers arrive. These are the police of this world, led by Raymond Leon. Leon is tough and believes he's keeping the balance. Leon arrests Will for the death of Henry Hamilton. He confiscates all the time Will won, leaving him with just 2 hours. But Will isn't going down without a fight. He grabs Sylvia, uses her as a shield, and escapes. Now he's a fugitive, and he's dragged the daughter of the richest man alive into the mess. They drive back toward the ghetto, but the Minutemen set a trap. Their car crashes. When Will wakes up, the Minutemen have stolen most of their time. They both have barely any time left. They have to run. Sylvia is in shock. She's never known what it's like to have a ticking clock that's about to kill her. Will pawns her diamond earrings just to get them a few hours of life. For the first time, Sylvia sees how the other half lives. She realizes her dad's wealth is built on these people's suffering. Will calls Sylvia's dad and demands a ransom, 1,000 years to be distributed to the poor for Sylvia's safety. But here's the kicker. Mr. Weiss refuses. He won't disrupt the economy, even for his daughter. Sylvia hears this, and you can see the betrayal in her eyes. She realizes she's on her own. So they decide to team up. Sylvia turns on her dad. They become a futuristic Bonnie and Clyde. They start robbing her father's time banks, but they aren't keeping the time. They are giving it away to the poor. They're handing out time capsules that give people extra days and weeks. Meanwhile, on the other side of things, timekeeper Leon is obsessed with catching them. We learn that Leon is actually from the ghetto too, but he escaped. He believes the system must be protected at all costs. He's closing in. But Will and Sylvia have another problem. The Minutemen find them again. The leader challenges Will to a time fight. This is where they lock arms and the stronger person drains the time from the other. It's brutal. Will is losing. His clock is ticking down, but he uses a trick he learned from his dad. He lets his guard down for a split second to catch the guy off balance, then slams him. He drains the Minuteman's time and takes him out. They realize robbing small banks isn't enough. Prices are just being raised to counter the extra time they're giving out. They need to do something huge. They decide to rob Weiss's personal vault in New Greenwich. This is the suicide mission. They sneak back into the rich zone. They storm Weiss's office. Will holds him at gunpoint. They force him to open the main vault. Inside, there's a capsule with 1 million years. They take the million years. They're not keeping it. They're going to dump it into the poorest zone to crash the system. But Leon is right behind them. They race back to the ghetto. Leon chases them. It's intense. Will and Sylvia reach the distribution center, but Leon rams their car. They're on foot now, running to the time distributor. Leon gets out of his car to shoot, but he forgot to refill his own time. He was so focused on the job that he timed out. He drops dead. It's a powerful moment. The system's protector killed by his own obsession. Will and Sylvia plug the million years into the distribution box. The clock starts uploading. But wait, we're not done yet. The million years hit the system. Suddenly, everyone in the ghetto has time. People stop working. They start walking out of the factories. They start crossing the borders into the rich zones. The police can't stop thousands of people. But Will and Sylvia are out of time again. They gave it all away. They have seconds left. They're running toward Leon's patrol car because he has a day's worth of time in his vehicle allowance. Will gets to the car. Sylvia is seconds away from timing out. It mirrors his mother's death scene perfectly. He gets the time, runs to her, and transfers it just as she's about to fade out. They survive, barely. And then the twist nobody saw coming. We cut to the news. The entire economy is collapsing. The Dayton zone is empty because everyone has moved to New Greenwich. The system of immortality for the few at the cost of the many is broken. And that is how it all ends. But not quite. Will and Sylvia are still alive, and they are still robbing banks, trying to disrupt the system even more. So here's the big question. If you could live forever, but you knew that for every year you lived, someone else had to die, would you take that deal? Let me know in the comments below. I read all of them. If you enjoyed this breakdown, hit that subscribe button. It really helps the channel. Check out this next video where we break down another dystopian masterpiece. See you there.